Well, hi everybody. Yep, Jack is out and about, and I thought while he is out and about, I would do a continuation on talking about misinformation about snakes. And the one that you'll have seen, the video that I've done, is talking about people's fear of them and that they just think snakes are out to bite them and hurt them and attack them and whatever, which is very, very, of course, untrue. No snake is out to attack us humans unless provoked by us, of course, and should that be the case, then I would say you deserve to be bitten by the snake. But I also want to talk about misinformation, and some might argue this with me. I know there's probably many that might argue this part of misinformation out there about snakes. And for me, the misinformation is people thinking that snakes cannot think or feel, have emotions, personalities, and their own little quirks. Because they do have all of that, each and every one of them. And that to me is the worst misinformation, or they are just purely instinctual animals. That is just, to me, misinformation. Totally untrue. And I will never ever change my opinion of that, ever. Through my own personal experience with my own snakes, I can say to you that they are the most amazing pets that you might ever decide to ever have in your life. No, they're not a cat or a dog or a bird or a fish or a lizard. They are one incredible pet. And if you're not keen to have a dog because you need a big yard and so forth, cats, different again. You know, they like to just curl up somewhere and have a snooze and whatever. But for me, it's these guys. You know, I do have my cats and my dogs and I love them. And they are intelligent and smart too. But so are my snakes. Do I put that down to the fact that I've allowed my snakes to have a lot of interaction with me? A lot of interaction out of their homes? Absolutely. Stimulation. Enrichment. All attributes to seeing your snake have brains and use them, totally use them. They're quite capable of using their brain. My snakes know me. They know me and are very comfortable with me. And I watch my snakes many times when they are with somebody else seek me out and just want to come back to me because they're not stupid. They know who I am, they trust me, and I'm sure love me. as much as I love them. So misinformation isn't just about what heating they need or the care of them as such, because this, to me, letting your snakes out, letting them explore and get some exercise and interact with you, is as important as their heating and their water and their food. They need everything. Not just the basic. So misinformation for me is hearing that snakes are just snakes and you just feed them and you just breed them and all the rest of it. No, not at all. This is, for me, how you see a snake. They can hear you. They are aware of you. And they have no reason to fear you if you've spent a lot of time with them. So I want people to understand that people generalize in terms of, the misinformation out there, in terms of the heating and so forth. That to me is one level of misinformation. To me, the biggest amount of misinformation is when I hear they're instinctual animals, and so long as you feed them, sorry, I'm not even on Jack, he's kind of down there cruising around, and it'll be dark down there, of course. To me, that's the worst kind of misinformation. It's just hearing that nobody, I think, uses the actual word dumb, but some may as well use that word because they're not dumb. In actual fact, I think they're smarter than us humans sometimes in lots of things. But I want you to think about that, as in the stories that you hear. Nobody talks about it. Nobody gives you any information in terms of what they know their snake to be and not what they know their snake to need. My videos are about them, who they are, what their personalities are, what they like and what they don't like as an animal, not as a snake, but what they prefer, what they enjoy. And it's not sitting in an enclosure. It is getting out. It is being around you. Jack can avoid me if he chooses to. I don't force myself upon Jack. When Jack is ready, he comes to me. He waits for me to help him out of his enclosure, just like Lily. He comes to me. I don't always go to him. That's a snake thinking, trusting, and showing that they're comfortable with you. So, no, snakes aren't for everybody. I get it. They're not for everybody. They're different. They certainly are different to the four-legged creatures out there that we see as pets. Somewhere along the line, somebody decided that dogs and cats and so forth would make great pets. Horses were originally, for working purposes, and then eventually people figured out how smart they were and that they make great pets, and so on down the line with a lot of animals, not just snakes. And we've learnt a lot. And I think that there is just so much more yet to learn of what our snakes are all about and what they're actually capable of. Now I'm just, touching the surface of what I believe them to be. I've got a whole lot more yet to learn about them, and I'll get Jack to lift his tail up as I rub it. Yeah, I don't know everything yet, and I'll probably die one day still not knowing everything that there is to know, but I'm going to give it a darn good shot, guys, and I will be leaving it all for my grandchildren to have all of this information so that they can pass that on and they can continue to learn more and more about them and then pass that on, and it just keeps going. That's what it's all about, and that's all I want to do. So, a little bit more about misinformation, just in a different area of misinformation about these beautiful guys. And I'll get down here because Jack is now coming through this part as I try and sit down here a little bit. Amazing where they can get to. They've got branches to hang on to and space to move. They can get anywhere they choose to. Hey, you're out for a big explore today, aren't you? Boy-oh. And has been pretty much, guys, every day. But pretty easy snake to have out, I tell you, this boy. Doesn't get into any trouble. Doesn't go anywhere that he knows he shouldn't go. And he could. But he knows, no, I'm not allowed down there. Not allowed under that. I'm not allowed there. And he doesn't go there, guys. That's because he knows. He just knows. He's been told so many times, no. And I pull him away from there. Now, he just doesn't bother to go there. That's not a dumb snake. Just like they're not dumb enough to go to the toilet in their enclosures. They know Mum takes us outside and that's when we go to the toilet. That's not a dumb snake. People go, how do you toilet train a snake? Just like you do a puppy. Just like you do a pup. Same thing. No different. They'll tune into it because they're smart and proud. Very proud animals. Are you not, Jack? Hey, you're my beautiful big boy. Yes? Well, I think you are. You coming down? Hey? You gonna come down? You wanna come down? So guys, take care of yourself and your family. These clever animals being snakes, of course, and all your animals. And I'll say ciao.